Welcome to the Driver's Line. I'm Greg.
And I'm Jordan.
And today we've got a conversation for you.
Today's conversation is all about new cars that can still be bought on the market, but no one's buying them.
I know, these are cars that actually exist, but you've never seen them. I guarantee that any of these cars on this list, nobody watching this owns.
No, probably not.
And probably hasn't actually seen in real life. You may have seen them in a picture, in an ad,
Maybe
at a dealership lot, at an auto show, but you've never seen one driving down the street.
Yes. It was
Most
very
likely.
rare. Very rare choices.
Hit us in the comments if you actually seen one. I'll happily eat crow, but I bet you haven't.
And if you own one, share a picture with us.
I know, seriously, if you own one, we want to see a
Please.
picture because I don't believe they exist. I've only seen them in car shows.
Vaporware.
Yes. All right, I'll kick us off.
Alrighty.
So this is a brand that used to be really fabled, but it's kind of fallen on hard times here lately.
Alrighty.
Italian,
Okay.
not Fiat,
Okay.
Alfa Romeo. So they make the Giulia,
Yeah.
not a bad sedan. You know, they make, what's the
true.
SUV called? Stelvio.
Stelvio.
Make that. Not a bad SUV, frankly.
Hey,
The quadrifoglio versions of both of these are actually fantastic,
It's tempted me, I'm not going to lie.
but they actually make something else.
They do.
Did you know? They make another SUV called the Tonale.
Tonale.
Yes. You could be forgiven if you didn't know this because in 2023 they only sold 2,000 of these.
Ooh.
And this was actually a pairing they did with their friends from the mothership, Stellantis, with Dodge, who makes the Hornet version, which didn't really do that much better. The Hornet only shifted, I think, 9,000 in 2023. And I promise you, I'm not lying when I say this, I have not seen either of those on the road in the last year. I've not seen either one.
No, that's true.
And frankly, I didn't even see either of them at the New York Auto Show.
I'm actually kind of like surprised that the Tonale isn't doing better, just because it is a pretty nicely styled SUV.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, even, yeah, the Tonale, I think it looks great.
Yeah.
It's got some really kind of interesting options if you really look at it. Like, I mean, it's got a bunch of different powertrains, hybrid power as well. It's not that bad, so why isn't it selling?
I blame the dealership network. I think Alpha struggles with that for sure.
They do.
I think that might be a problem.
That's certainly a problem, but
And
I also
people-
think it's just brand recognition.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think people know Alpha. And at least based on what we read in the press, the reliability of them is debatable. Some do really well, and some are awful. And it just
Awful.
really depends on the model you get, it seems.
It also just might be the specific one they built.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You get one built, you know, on a Friday when they're ready to head off for
A little pasta siesta.
a little pasta siesta. Oh God, we're gonna get canceled.
Sorry. I mean, you know, my wife's Italian. It's fine.
It's fine. She'll laugh or cry, one or the other.
Or I might end up with a horse head in my bed. All right, anyway.
Moving on.
Moving on. I like your pick.
Okay.
I liked it so much.
He was on your list too?
It wasn't.
Oh.
But I picked its cousin.
You picked the Hornet.
The Hornet!
Oh.
The Alpha, yeah, I mean, I was totally on board with that. And it's so true. They've sold none of them, and you're dead on with your stats. They are selling more of them. 2024 thus far, they've sold about 7,500 of them compared to last year.
That's actually increasing.
They're
yeah.
increasing, but still, you're looking at that. You're looking at about 24,000 sales a year.
In a market where you should be shifting probably like six figures.
The concept, I mean, the compact SUV segment,
Yeah.
it's huge.
I mean, how many RAV4s does Toyota sell?
It's huge, yeah. So, like, I've never seen a Dodge Hornet in person.
No, never. Ever.
Not once. So when you think about it, that's their entry-level model now. And when you compare that in terms of pricing to their peers, it's super expensive. Compared with, like, the name brand recognition. So, like, they have a plug-in hybrid version. It's only about $2,000 less than a Toyota RAV4 Prime, which is widely known to be the best one
Yeah,
in
it's
the
literally
segment.
like the gold standard.
Absolutely.
And then you're like,
more
here's our
range,
Dodge.
more power, reliability, reputation, resale value. It's got it all. What does Dodge have? I mean, they can get you into it with a low credit score. That's about it.
Where Toyota would, you know, kind of push you out the door.
And quite frankly, I mean, I just think it's a really lazy attempt at rebadging the Alpha. I mean, all you got is a restyled front and rear fascias.
Yeah,
the
I mean, it's
identical.
extremely lazy. But then again, like, if you're a Dodge buyer,
Yeah,
you're getting an Alpha interior.
Yeah, that's true.
You're
I
getting
guess.
mostly Alpha styling.
Yeah.
for less than an Alpha.
But Dodge buyers don't need that. They don't want it.
They don't want it. What they want is a Hellcat V8
Exactly.
in an aging platform.
Apparently so. That's the only thing that sells in Dodge. Hey, there you go. We've solved it.
Solved it.
Put a Hellcat
Engine and make the platform older.
Make it older.
Bring the platform back from like the Acclaim.
I mean, it's already,
Put a Hellcat in it.
It's already
Done.
on an old Fiat platform. I'm curious to see what happens when they start bringing over the Peugeot platforms and see what they start doing with that. We'll see.
All right. My next choice is from a brand we love.
Okay.
BMW. Do you even know this exists?
Oh, God.
Have you
I'm
heard
nervous.
of the BMW X2?
Sure have, because it's on my list.
Oh, no.
This was actually one of the first cars that came to mind. I've seen one of these.
You've seen one? I've seen none.
Really?
I've never
I've
seen one.
one of these in public.
I just, like, by the grace of God, I knew it existed. And so I threw it on my list. When I looked up the fact, I'll let you tell the people how many they sold in 2023. How many did they sell in 2023?
Well, hold on, because it's on my next page. In 2023, I don't have the sales numbers.
I'll tell you.
I don't.
191.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, my gosh.
191 U.S. sales.
That is a huge drop. So I have it up to...
So now,
That's awful.
in its defense, this model that nobody's heard of has a new one coming for 2024. So maybe that's the reason the 2023s didn't sell well, because
But have you seen it?
everybody's waiting for the 2024. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen a new X2?
No.
Well, let's put it up here.
Okay.
Here you go. And I'll show you, because it's a hatchback, basically. It's one of those sportback SUVs, and it's got a split kind of spoiler-looking thing coming off the back of it. And it's got the very famous, lovely XM front-end grille inspired.
So what you're saying is they ruined it. They ruined it worse than it already was ruined.
I'm going to be honest, it's really terrible,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Compared to the X1, I mean, X1 is a standard.
It's decent,
It's a nice looking
especially the older
SUV.
X1s, they look great.
Yeah. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with the X2, but, as with all things apparently BMW does, I'm sure it's going to sell great now that they made it absolutely hideous. Not that the old one was stellar looking, but...
No. But yeah, I mean, everybody's going to be leasing these and having their great lease deal on their BMW, so BMW's going to pump their sales by having these lease numbers. But yeah.
Oh, man.
Better choices out there, people. Better choices.
That's a great pick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will stick with the SUV segment, and I'm also going to stick in Europe. And this is also from a brand that we both love. It's also a brand that's been on our
Death Watch
list.
Fiat?
No,
No?
it's Jaguar.
Oh.
And way back, I don't know if you remember this, but way back when, Jaguar introduced an EV SUV. Do you know the name of it?
I-Pace?
Very good, sir.
I am an automotive journalist.
Excellent. All right. So, do you know how many they sold last year?
Double digits at least.
Okay. Yes, double digits for sure.
Triple digits?
Triple.
Ooh. Quadruple?
No. No. 509.
509 of these running around in 2023.
I'm not even sure that it's worth selling this anymore. I'm not sure how they even...
They probably sell them. They're probably only
lost.
selling them to Waymo at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I can't imagine.
For the development of all their autonomous vehicles.
Now, I did actually see one of these in the wild.
I've seen one of these in the wild too.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
They're not very common.
No, but they're actually nice to look at.
They're very interesting. They're interesting to look at.
I would even say nice to look at for the space they compete in. Everything in that space is not attractive, but this actually has a lot of Jaguar styling in it.
It does. It does. It definitely. I like. I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
The hood with the extract.
The extractor is pretty cool.
Very
the extractor
cool.
is very cool. I did ride in one actually
Oh.
in England, and it's pretty quick. They're pretty fast. I just don't think that Jaguar is known for its EV reputations.
Well, I mean, is Jaguar known for its electrical reliability? Let's go back that far. When you think of electrical reliability, the first brand you're thinking of is definitely not Jaguar.
Yeah. And way back when we did talk about Jaguar in our Death Watch lists, or intervention, if you want to call it that, we talked about how the future of Jaguar is moving to the electric field, as with many automakers, but it seems like a lot of them are kind of backtracking now, but we'll see. And they said that their first electric car is going to be a Grand Tourer in the sense of a
yes.
Panamera type
Exactly,
thing, right?
yes. Because people love sedans.
Yeah.
And sedans are selling so well right now.
Hotcakes.
Hotcakes.
Hotcakes. So it's really weird to see them say that, hey, we're dropping the I-Pace. It's going to die when we reinvent the brand, when really it could be one that can be reinvented and be the flag bearer for Jaguar's transformation into the EV realm, right? Because they do have some EV components in their racing programs that they utilize, that they brought forth into the I-Pace program. Why not use the I-Pace to reinvent the brand? I'm not sure why. But
right, exactly. It could be their first foray into it. It could be this awesome Jaguar SUV that just elevates way beyond where the I-Pace is right now, because it's pretty humdrum, honestly. Like the range is very, very minimal. I think it's less than 200 miles.
Well, it's 246, which compared to the other competitors in that field, they've outclassed it now at this point. But
but regardless,
the Model Y is 319.
Yeah.
So not that anyone wants a Model Y. Well, apparently a lot of people do. I don't know. To each their own, but
all right, Jaguar.
Yeah.
But that's a good call out. It's the I-Pace. So sticking with the SUVs, I thought you were going to steal mine, which is why I mentioned Fiat.
Okay, all right.
Surprise, surprise, the 500X is still around.
Oh my God, is it?
It is.
Oh no.
At least it was for 2023.
Wow.
And I thought it was dead long before that, but lo and behold, they actually made it 2023.
Wow.
500X. It was their only new car for 2023 because they're in the process of redoing the 500 and making the 500e. Of
course.
Right? And so guess how many they sold in 2023, since you made me guess I-Pace numbers.
All right.
I'm making you guess 500X numbers.
I'm going to say it's got to be triple digits.
It is?
Okay. I'm going to say quadruple digits?
No, triple.
Just triple?
Yeah.
Just triple?
Just triple.
800?
554.
Wow. You found some really low ballers there. Jeez.
But it gives you the state of Fiat right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they killed off the 124 Spider, killed off the 500 to make way for the 500e.
Yep.
So now they've just got this stupid 500X trundling along, which is completely outdated at this point.
It really
and of
is.
course, consumers know that,
Yeah.
and they're not going to buy it because they know it's far inferior to anything else in this category.
It's generation old.
Yes.
I mean, it's
That's
not
like
even
2
remotely
generations old at
competitive.
this
Yeah,
point.
at this point, yeah, that's true.
I remember, like, I used to live in a condo near downtown Greensboro, like 2014. Somebody had a 500X.
Wow.
I remember that because I was like, why would anybody buy a 500X? But somebody had one. And I think it was kind of new at that time. But here we are in 2024, and they're still selling the same 500X.
Bizarre. I didn't even bother at this point. That's wild. I didn't even think that they still made them.
They do.
Oh, man.
All right.
All right. Well, I will wrap things up, I suppose, with another SUV.
Oh, I've got another one too.
You. Oh. All right. Mine is electric again. See, I'm just going after these electric SUVs.
I know. Elon Musk is going to come for you in your sleep.
I know. He probably knows where I live. All right, anyway. So this one is basically a compliance car, honestly, when you think about it. And it's one that's shared with another well-known automaker who also seems to be pretty apathetic about the electric realm. And it's the Subaru Solterra.
Oh, yes.
Widely known for its pretty dismal range.
Yes.
To only 215 miles. That's pretty
not
terrible.
great.
All right, that's pretty terrible. And we're talking about a car that starts at $45,000.
And this is like the most basic milquetoast, half-assed attempt
It really is.
at an EV. And then like Toyota decides to rebrand one, the BZ4X or something like that. And like a horrible name.
Yeah.
Solterra is bad. BZ4X is worse.
Yeah, it sounds like a droid from Star
no,
Wars.
exactly like the oh, here comes the BZ4X, right? Beep boop beep boop. Yeah. No.
It's pretty awful.
No, it's just a
pretty
terrible
to
EV.
look at.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've never seen one in the wild. I have seen one BZ4X.
I've seen one Solterra.
Well, look at that. Each of us have seen one of the other ones. There have been, I mean, they're not selling super well. They sold 9,000 of them, which is,
That's surprising.
when you think about it, it's kind of shocking.
Yeah.
When you look at the overall market, I mean, that's nothing.
That's a drop in the bucket.
Especially considering how expensive it is to bring EVs to market.
Yeah, Tesla sells like 9,000 Model Ys a month.
Yeah.
Probably even more.
For sure. So, I'm not sure what you're doing, Subaru. Gonna need some work. Let's just put it that way.
But does it have symmetrical all-wheel drive?
Well, it is dual motor, so it does have four-wheel drive. So I'm not sure about the symmetrical aspect of it.
Does it make a burbling sound when you go down the road? That's what they should do. They should make that as an option.
Oh my gosh.
WRX with a coffee can muffler.
No. Apparently it is notoriously slow to charge, which is always something we want in an EV.
Yes,
so.
that's the best factor of an EV. All right.
All right, wrap us up.
I'm going to wrap us up with a sports car.
Oh, okay.
It is a sports car that we have beaten like a redheaded stepchild.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's like one that we've beaten like a dead horse.
Oh.
This is not BMW styling, which we've also beaten like a dead horse.
That's true.
But this is the Nissan Z.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The poor, dismal Nissan Z. I've only seen these at either car shows or dealerships.
Yeah.
I've still not seen a new one in the wild.
I have not either. Yeah.
And this is a car that, like, think of the 370Z. You see those all the time. They're like cockroaches. 350Zs, see them all the time.
When those first came out, you could not walk a block without seeing them.
Without seeing them, yeah. And I mean, and the 350 and 370 have just gotten, like, their own niche within, like, performance motorsport. Like, people build these into wonderful track cars, wonderful autocross cars, drift cars.
Yeah.
They're great platforms for it. And then here comes the new Z trundling along. Fat. Power's probably a little underrated, or overrated. It's actually overrated, I think.
Yeah, this.
Because it's slower than it should be.
Yeah, yeah.
And they just have not sold well.
No.
So it was refreshed in 22 to replace the 370Z.
No.
For 2023, how many did they sell?
3,000.
2,000.
Oof. Even worse. Even worse.
Only 2,000 sales.
Wow.
Now, again, this was never going to be a massive seller for them. So, I mean, let's level set with that. But just pales in comparison to where the 370 was.
Without that.
And, like, I mean, if you count for inflation, the pricing isn't that far apart.
Yeah. I mean, Mustang sales are way ahead of that.
Mustang sales are strong. Yeah. Supra sales are not bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, both of those cars are just so far above it from a performance standpoint.
Yeah, no one wants just a Z. Sorry.
Yeah.
You got rid of the numbers. You got rid of the sales.
Yep.
Just a Z now.
It's just a Z now.
Yeah.
There's no numbers. It's just a Z.
Just a Z.
Yeah.
It's a Z, 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 Z.
Yes.
Oh, that's a bad joke.
That's
Sorry.
a bad joke. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about
It's a Z, Z, Z.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our roundup of cars that are new, but no one wants.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us on The Driver's Line.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss a thing.